Good morning, students. This is Latif sir. Today I am going to discuss about the chapter 9 of class 12 chemistry. The topic is coordination compounds. You have already studied in class 11 about ionic and covalent compounds, and in class 12 you have to read about coordination compounds. So what are these coordination compound? I am explaining this coordination compound with the help of an example. The example is potassium ferrocyanide K4FeCN whole 6. This is an example of coordination compounds. So when potassium ferrocyanide K4FeCN whole 6, if you dissolve potassium ferrocyanide in water, then you will get the existence of K plus ion. You will get the existence of K plus ion and FeCN whole 6 4 minus ion. You will get the existence of K plus ion and FeCN whole 6 4 minus ion. You will not get the existence of Fe2 plus ion, individual Fe2 plus ion, Cn minus ion. Okay, when you dissolve potassium ferrocyanate in water, you will get the existence of only K plus ion and the entire FeCN whole 6 4 minus ion. And this FeCN whole 6 4 minus ion, which is written in third within third bracket, within a square bracket, is known as coordination entity or this is actually coordination entity or coordination part of the compound. Okay, but if you dissolve an ionic compounds, you will get the existence of all type of ions present in the ionic compound. For example, if you dissolve LCl3, you will get existence of Al3 plus and Cl minus ion. Okay, so coordination compounds are those addition molecular compounds which retain their identity, in solid state as well as in dissolved state, Okay, coordination compounds are those addition compounds. Coordination compounds are those addition molecular compounds which retain their identity in solid state as well as in dissolved state. And in these compounds, the central atom or ion is linked by ions or molecule with coordinate bond. That's why these compounds are known as coordinate compounds, because coordination bond is present in the coordination bond is present between the central metal atom present in the coordination entity or coordination part of the compound and ligands such as a group of atoms or molecules. Here the ligands are Cn and the central metal atom is Fe. Okay, and Cn cyanide is known as ligand. So this FeCN whole 6, this entire part within square bracket, this entity FeCN whole 6 is known as coordination sphere or coordination entity. This is actually actual coordination compound. Okay, coordination ion. And the F 4 Fe plus 4K plus ion, these ions are known as counter ion. These counter ions, that is 4K plus ion, are not coordinate entity. Okay, and the 6 cyanide 6Cn, these 6Cn ions, cyanide Cn minus ions, are called ligands. Okay, and the Fe is the central metal atom of the coordination entity or coordinate sphere. Okay, and you have to remember coordinates compounds are generally written within square bracket. And coordination compounds are also called complex compound because the coordination compounds are formed by combination of different types of atoms, more than 2 or 3 atoms. Okay, for example in K4FeCN whole 6, Fe is coordinated with 6 cyanide, or Fe is bonded with 6 cyanide ion. This is the coordinate entity or complex entity. Now see some next type of compound is double salt. Double salt are like coordination compounds, but there is a difference between double salt and coordination compounds. The difference is that double salt dissociate into a constituent ion when it is dissolved in water, while the coordination compounds retain their identity, that is FeCN whole 6 4 minus ion, which is present in solid state as well as in aqueous state also. The FeCN whole 6 4 minus ion, that is coordinate entity, which retain their identity in solid state as well as in dissolved state. But double salt are also addition molecular compounds formed by addition of 2 or more salts, which are stable in solid state but dissociate into constituent ions in solution. For example of double salt, more salt, potash, alum, these are example of double salts. The formula more salt is FeSO4 dot NH4 whole twice SO4 dot 6H2, ferrous sulfate ammonium sulfate dot 6H2. When you dissolve this more salt in water, you will get existence of Fe2 plus ion, SO4 2 minus ion, NH4 plus ion, SO4. Okay, you will get existence of all type of ions present in the double salt. You will get existence of all types of ions in aqueous solution when this double salt dissolve in water. Now some terms related to coordination compounds. First, complex ion or complex entity. I have told complex ion or coordination entity. In this example, FeCN whole 6 4 minus is the complex complex ion or coordination entity. It is generally electrically charged, either positively or negatively. Some coordination entity or coordination entity or complex ion always electrically charged species. Okay, but there are some coordination compounds which are neutral, like FeCO whole 5, iron pentacarbonyl, nickel tetracarbonyl, NiCO whole 4. These coordination compounds are neutral. Okay, but complex ion or coordination entity is always electrically charged, either positively or negatively charged. So complex ion or coordination entity, it is electrically charged species in which central metal atom or ion is surrounded by number of ions or neutral molecule. In potassium ferrocyanide, I have told the FeCN whole 6 4 minus, FeCN whole 6 4 minus, this part is the complex ion or coordination entity. And now types of coordination entity. One is cationic complex entity, another is anionic complex entity. If the complex part or complex ion or coordination entity is positively charged, then it is known as cationic complex entity. For example, PTNH4 PTNH3 whole 4, platinum tetraamine platinum, PTNH3 whole 4 2 plus. You can see this coordinate entity carries 2 unit positive charge, so this is cationic complex entity. If the complex ion carries negative charge, then it is known as negative or anionic complex entity. For example, in the in potassium ferrocyanide K4FeCN whole 6, the coordination entity, that is FeCN whole 6 4 minus, the coordination entity is negatively charged, 4 minus, 4 negative charge. So FeCN whole 6 4 minus is anionic complex entity. Okay. Next term is central atom. Central atom. Central atom in K4FeCN whole 6, the iron Fe is the central atom present within the coordination entity. Okay, so the atom or ion, the atom or ion to which a fixed number of ions or group are bound is called central atom or ion. And this central atom is generally a transition element or inner transition element like Fe, cobalt, nickel. Okay, so the central atom is generally transition metal element or inner transition metal element. Okay, for example, in NiCO whole 4, in NiCl2H2O whole 4, in this example, nickel NiCl2H2O whole 4, nickel is the central metal atom. In K4FeCN whole 6, Fe is the central atom. Next, ligand. In K4FeCN whole 6, Cn minus, there are total 6 Cn minus ligand, Cn minus anion, which are directly joined, joined with central metal atom Fe in K4FeCN whole 6. And this Cn minus 6 Cn, all these 6 Cn minus ions are known as ligands. So ligands is electron donating species. Electron donating, they can donate 2 electron. Ligands are electron donating species. It may be ions or molecule bound to the central atom in the coordination entity. Okay. So in K4FeCN whole 6, cyanide is the ligand. Okay, there are many types of ligand. Positively charged or ligands is either negatively charged or neutral. Okay, ligands may be negatively charged or neutral. And neutral ligands can also be classified as unidentate or monodentate ligand. Unidentate or monodentate. I have told that ligand can donate electron to the central metal atom. If the ligand has one donor site, then it is known as monodentate or unidentate. One donor site. That means unidentate or monodentate ligand means unidentate or monodentate ligand are those ligand which has only one donor site. That is, the ligand bound to the metal ion through a single donor site. For example, water, ammonia. These ligands are unidentate or you can also say monodentate ligand, because in ammonia the only one donor site, which is nitrogen. Ammonia can donate only one lone pair electron of nitrogen atom. Similarly, water has only one donor site, which is oxygen. Okay, now next type of ligand, depending upon the number of donor site, which is didentate or also called bidentate ligand. Bi means two. Bidentate ligand are those ligand which contains two donor site. For example, oxalate, which is a oxalate ion, COO minus. This is the oxalate ion, COO minus and COO minus. Okay, oxalate ion, the short form of oxalate ion is OX. And in oxalate there are two donor site, 2 or minus this my OO minus is one donor site, and this oxygen minus, negatively charged oxygen, is another donor site. In ethylene diamine, NH2 CH2 CH2 NH2, which is represented as EN, ethylene diamine. Ethylene diamine is a bidentate or didentate ligand, because in ethylene diamine has two donor site. Okay, that means ethylene diamine can donate electron from two nitrogen atom. Similarly, next type of ligand is polydentate ligand. Polydentate ligand are those ligand which have several donors, more than two donor site. For example, EDTA4 minus. EDTA4 minus is a hexadentate ligand. Hexadentate means 6 donor site in EDTA, ethylene diamine tetraacetate. Ethylene diamine tetraacetate. The structure of EDTA is given here. This is the structure of EDTA, and in EDTA you can see there are total 6 donor site. This O minus is one donor site, this O minus is another donor site, this, and there are two nitrogen atoms, and both have one lone pair of electron on nitrogen atom. So there are total 6 donor site. 4 negatively charged donor site, 4 negatively charged oxygen act as donor site, and both nitrogen. Okay, so 4 negatively charged oxygen donor site and 2 nitrogen, and nitrogen can donate a lone pair of electron. This is neutral donor site. So EDTA has total 6 donor site. So EDTA is a hexadentate ligand. Now ambidentate ligand. Ambidentate ligand, these are actually monodentate ligand, but they have two donor site. They act as monodentate ligand, but they have more than one, that is two donor sites. For example, NO2 minus, NO2 minus, SCN minus. This is NO2 minus. Write that, write 2 in suffix as subscript. Okay, NO2 minus. So NO2 minus, SCN minus, these are ambidentate ligand, these are monodentate ligand, these act as monodentate ligand which can ligate through two different sites. In SCN minus, SCN minus can donate electron from nitrogen side as well as from sulfur side. Okay, so SCN minus is an example of ambidentate ligand. SCN minus has two donor site but act as monodentate ligand. Next, chelating ligand, these are di or polydentate ligand, and this ligand cause cyclization around the central metal atom, which are known as chelate. And such chelating ligands uses two or more donor site to bind a single metal ion, and these ligands are known as chelating ligand. Chelating ligand donates two or more chelating ligand binds with the central metal atom using two or more donor site and form a cyclic ring. For example, ethylene diamine can bind using both nitrogen atom, using the lone pair electron of both nitrogen atom with the central metal atom, forming a chelate ring. Okay, so ethylene diamine can act as a chelating ligand. Similarly, EDTA is also is an example of chelating ligand. EDTA, oxalate, ethylene diamine. Okay, these are polydentate or didentate ligand and cause cyclization. They form ring. around the central metal atom. Next term is coordination number. Coordination number, it is defined as the number of coordinate bonds formed by the central metal atom with the ligands. Coordination number is defined as the number of coordinate bonds formed by central metal atom with the ligand. For example, in K4 FeCN6, in FeCN6 there are total 6 covalent bond between 6 cyanide and 1 Fe2 plus ion. Okay, so coordination number of Fe in FeCN6 is 6. Okay, similarly in PtNH3 2 plus, in PtNH3 the coordination number in PtNH3 in this complex, in this coordination entity, in PtNH3 4 2 plus, the coordination number of platinum is 4, because there are total 4 covalent bond between platinum and 4NH3 molecule. And you can calculate coordination number using these two laws. If the ligands are the ligands directly attached with the central metal atom, if the ligands are directly attached with the central metal atoms, if they are monodentate ligand, then the coordination number of the central metal atom is equal to the number of monodentate ligand. Okay, if only monodentate ligands are present in within the coordination entity, then the coordination number of the central metal atom is equal to the number of monodentate ligand. But if polydentate ligands such as didentate, tridentate, tetradentate, pentadentate ligands are present within the coordination entity, then the coordination number is equal to number of ligand into denticity of the ligand. Denticity means donor site. If 2 donor sites are present in the ligand, then its denticity is 2. Okay, if 3 donor sites are present, then denticity is 3. Okay, so in polydentate ligand, in case of polydentate ligand, if polydentate ligands are present within the coordination entity, then coordination number of the central metal atom is equal to number of ligand into denticity of the ligand. Next term, coordination sphere. The FeCN6 4 minus ion in potassium ferrocyanide is the coordination sphere. The central ion and the ligands attached to it, the central ion and the ligands attached to it are enclosed in a square bracket, and which is known as coordination sphere. And the ionizable group retain outside the bracket, outside the square bracket, that is K plus in K4 FeCN6. The ionizable group retain outside the bracket is known as counter ion. Next term, coordination polyhedron. This is actually 3-dimensional arrangement of different ligands in the coordination entity. So the spatial arrangement of the ligands which are directly attached to the central atom or ion, which are directly attached to the central atom, metal atom or ion, is called coordination polyhedron around the central atom or ion. Next, coordination number of the central atom. About the calculation of coordination number of an element present within a compound, you have already studied in class 11 in the redox chapter how to calculate the oxidation number. You have to follow the similar process during calculation of oxidation number of coordination compounds. Okay, for example, in FeCN6 4 minus ion, if you want to calculate the oxidation number of Fe in FeCN6 4 minus. You have to follow the process whatever you have learned in class 11 in the redox chapter. Suppose oxidation number of Fe is X. Oxidation number of Fe is X. So X, and you have to remember that oxidation number of Cn is minus 1, Cn minus 1. Okay, so X plus 4 into minus 1, 4 X plus 6 into minus 1, because there are 6 Cn minus ions are present. Okay, in FeCN6 4 minus. So X plus 6 into minus 1 is equal to the total charge of the coordination compound or coordination entity is equal to 4 plus. So the value of X will be plus 2. Okay. Similarly, in CuCN whole 4, 3 minus, CuCN whole 4 3 minus, the oxidation number of copper is plus 1, which is represented as copper within first bracket Roman 1. Okay, and the coordination number, what is the coordination number? You have to calculate the coordination oxidation number, sorry, this is oxidation number of the central atom. This is the charge of the complex if all the ligands are removed. This is the charge of the complex if all the ligands are removed along with the electron pair that are shared with the central atom, is called oxidation number of the central atom. And to calculate the oxidation number of the central atom, you have to follow the rules whatever you have learned in class 11 in redox chapter. Okay, now types of complexes. Complexes are three types. One is homoleptic, another is heteroleptic, and third is labile and inert complex. So homoleptic complexes are those complexes in which the ligands are identical. Similar types of ligands are present. For example, in FeCN6, all ligands are similar, all ligands are cyanide. So this is a homoleptic complex. Similarly, in CONH3 3 plus, CO, cobalt, hexaamine 6 3 plus. In this complex, all the ligands are ammonia, NH3. That means one kind of donor atoms are present. If one kind of donor atoms are present in the complex, in the coordination entity, then the complex is known as homoleptic complex. And heteroleptic complex are those complex in which different types of donor atoms are present. That means the ligands are different. For example, in CO, cobalt, tetraamine, dichloro. Okay, so in this complex CONH3 whole 4 Cl2 plus, there are two types of ligand. One is ammonia NH3, another is chloride Cl minus. Okay, so this compound is known as heteroleptic complexes. Complexes in which the central metal atom or ion is linked to more than one kind of donor atom are called heteroleptic complexes. And labile and inert complexes in which the ligand substitution is fast, ligand can be substituted very fast, are known as labile complexes. And the complexes in which the ligand substitution is slow, these are known as inert complexes. Now see, effective atomic number. What is effective atomic number? The effective atomic number EAN, it is in a coordination complex, the EAN of the central metal atom is equal to the total number of electron present in it. That means EAN means effective atomic number means total number of electron present in the central metal atom. Okay, when the metal atom present in coordination complex. So, and this concept was proposed by Sedgwick. And how to calculate the effective atomic number? There is a formula. You have to know the formula of calculating effective atomic number. The formula is effective atomic number is equal to Z minus oxidation number of the metal, central metal atom, plus 2 into coordination number, where Z is the atomic number of the central atom, ON is the oxidation number of the central atom, central metal atom, and Cn is the coordination number of the complex. For example, in FeCN whole 6 4 minus, in FeCN whole 6 the central metal atom is Fe, okay, and the oxidation number is 2 plus. In FeCN whole 6 4 minus, the central metal is Fe. So atomic number of Fe is 26. Atomic number of Fe is 26. So 26 minus oxidation number of Fe in FeCN whole 6 4 FeCN whole 6 4 minus is plus 2. Oxidation number of Fe is plus 2. So 26 minus 2 plus 2 into, there are total 6 cyanide ligands. So 2 into 6. 2 into 6. So 26 minus 2 plus 2 into 6, that means 12. So 26 minus 2 plus 12. That means 36, which is the electronic configuration of noble gas xenon. Noble gas electronic configuration of krypton. 36 atomic number is krypton. Okay. So an ion with central metal atom having effective atomic number equal to the next inert gas will be more stable. As in FeCN whole 6, the effective atomic number of the central metal Fe is 36, which is the atomic number of noble gas krypton. That's why FeCN whole 6 4 minus is a stable coordination compound. Now, how to name a coordination compound? That is IUPAC naming of coordination compounds or complex compounds. Okay, and naming of IUPAC naming of coordination compounds or complex compound is based on some rules, and you have to know the rules. So what are these rules? First, you have to write the name of cationic part and then the name of the anionic part. Okay, you have to write the name of the cationic part of the coordination compound, and then you have to write the name of the anionic part. Second, so name of the compound is written in two parts: name of the cation and name of the anions. Second point, the cation is name first. In both positively and negatively charged coordination complexes, I've told coordination complexes maybe coordination ions may be two types. One is positively or negatively charged. In both cases, the cation is named first. Okay. Third rule is, if dissimilar ligands are present within the coordination sphere, then you have to write the name of the name of the ligands in alphabetical order. You have to write the name of the ligands in alphabetical order if different dissimilar ligands are present. Okay, so during writing the name of different ligands, you have to follow the alphabetical order. Okay, and dissimilar ligands are named in alphabetical order before the name of central metal atom. Okay, so first you have to write the name of different ligands present within the coordination complex, and then you have to write the name of central metal atom. Next point, For more than one dissimilar ligand, if more than one dissimilar ligand are present within the coordination sphere, you have to use the prefixes such as di, tri, tetra, etc. If 6 cyanide is present, then you have to write hexacyanide. Okay, if 2 chloride is present, then you have to write dichloro. Okay, dichloro, not chloride. If 2 chloride is present within the coordination sphere, then you have to write dichloro. Okay, so for more than one dissimilar ligand, the prefixes di, tri, tetra, etc. are added before the name, and if di, tri, etc. are already appear in the complex, then you have to write bis, tris, tetrakis, etc. Generally, bis, tris, tetrakis are used to represent complex ligands like ethylene diamine, oxalate, okay, EDTA. First number, fifth number 5. If the complex part is anion, if the complex part is anion, the name of the central metal atom, you have to write the name of the central metal atom after writing the name of ligands, and you have to use a suffix "ate" during writing the name of metal if the complex part is anionic. But if the complex part is cationic, during writing the name of the metal, you have to use the English name. And if the metal is present in anionic part, then during writing the name of the metal which is present in the anionic coordination part, then you have to write the Latin name of the metal, and you have to use a suffix ate. Okay, like if silver is present in the anionic part, anionic coordination complex, then you have to use its Latin name argentum, and you have to add the suffix ate, so it will be argentate. Okay, not argentum, it will be argentate. So if the complex part is anion, the name of the central atom ends with suffix ate. And names of the sixth point, rule number 6, name of the anionic ligand ends in O, and names of positive ligands ends with IUM. Okay, for example, for the anionic ligand such as chloride, you have to write chloro. For fluoride, you have to write fluoro during writing the name of ligand which are anionic in nature. You have to use such as chloro, fluoro, okay, nitro. And for neutral ligand remains same. Okay, name of neutral ligands remains same, but the exception are there as we use aqua for water. For water, you have to write aqua. For amine, for NH3, you have to write amine, AMMINE. And for CO, you have to write carbonyl, and for NO ligand, you have to write nitrosyl. These are some common names of some ligands. For water, you have to, for H2O4, you have to write the name aqua. For NH3, you have to write the name amine. And for carbonyl CO, you have to write the name for carbonyl for CO ligand you have to write the name carbonyl, and for nitric oxide NO ligand, you have to write the name nitrosyl. These are common names of ligand. Okay, and next point, rule number 7, oxidation state of the metal in cation, anion or neutral coordination compounds is indicated by Roman numeral in parenthesis. You have to mention the oxidation number of the central metal atom in Roman letter, Roman numeral in parentheses. Okay, and next, the name of complex part is written in one word. You have to write the name of complex part in one word. You should not give any gap between the name of ligand and the metal. And rule number ninth, if the complex ion is cation, the metal is named same as the element. If the complex ion is cation, then name of the metal is same as element. Okay, for iron you have to write iron, but if iron is present in anionic part, in anionic coordination entity, then you have to write ferrate. Okay, ferrate, you have to use a suffix ate, and a Latin name of iron is ferrum, so you have to use you have to add ate, so it will be ferrate. The neutral complex molecule is named similar to that of the complex cation. So these are some rules you have to follow during writing the IUPAC name of coordination compounds. Now see some examples. First example, CrNH3 whole thrice H2O whole thrice Cl3. This is actually cationic coordination compound because the coordination entity is present in coordination cationic part, and 3Cl which are counter ion, which are not uh, coordination part. So CrNH3 whole thrice H2O whole thrice, in this CrNH3 whole thrice H2O whole thrice Cl3, this is the entire coordination compound. The name of the compound is, first you have to write name of water, that is 3 water molecules, so triaqua, and 3 amine molecules, 3 NH3 molecules, so triaqua, triamine, and as the chromium is present in cationic part, so chromium, triaqua, triamine, chromium, and oxidation number of chromium in this compound is 3, so chromium 3 and 3Cl chloride minus ion, which is present, 3 chloride minus ions are present as counter ion, so you have to write the name of chloride, Cl minus ion, such as chloride. Okay, next type of ligand, CONH2 CH2 CH2 NH2, this is ethylene diamine, cobalt ethylene diamine whole thrice SO4. Okay, so the name of this compound will be 3 tris ethane 1,2 diamine. Ethylene diamine is the IUPAC name of this ligand is ethane 1,2 diamine, NH2 CH2 CH2 NH2. The name of this ligand is known as is ethane 1,2 diamine, and 3 ethane 1,2 diamine molecules or ligands are present in this compound, so you have to write tris ethane 1,2 diamine, as ethane 1,2 diamine or ethylene diamine is a chelating ligand, so that's why you have to write tris, not tri. You have to write tris ethane 1,2 diamine and then name of the metal such as cobalt. This is also present in cationic part. Tris ethane 1,2 diamine cobalt, and oxidation number of cobalt is +3 in this compound. You have to write the oxidation number within bracket, and at last you have to write the negative counter ion SO4 sulfate. Okay, so tris ethane 1,2 diamine cobalt 3 sulfate. Next example is AgNH3 whole twice AgCN whole twice, AgNH3 whole twice AgCN whole twice. In this complex, both cationic and anionic, both parts are coordination part. Okay, cationic parts also and anionic part both are coordination entity. Okay, and so first you have to write the cationic part. So cationic part is AgNH3 whole twice. So 2 NH3 molecules, so diamine, and silver is present, this silver is present in cationic part, so you have to write diamine silver, and then oxidation number of silver in this compound, oxidation number of silver is 1, So dia means silver 1. And now write the name of anionic part, that is AgCN whole twice. Name of this anionic part AgCN whole twice, and the name of this anionic part is dicyano. Two cyanide ligands are present, so dicyano. And as in this anionic part silver is present, so you have to write argentate, not silver. I've told that if metal is present in anionic part, anionic coordination part, then you have to write the Latin name, and you have to you have to add a suffix ate. So it will be argentate, not silver. Okay. If you have to write silver when silver is present in cationic part. If silver is present in anionic part, then you have to write argentate, and then its oxidation number 1. Okay. Similarly, in K4 efficiency, here also the coordination entity is negatively charged, because K plus is present in cationic part. K plus is present in cationic part, and FeCN whole 6 is present in anionic part. So so you have to write first name of cation. So potassium is the cation, so potassium hexacyanide, so hexacyano, and iron is present in anionic part, so hexacyano ferrate, and oxidation number of Fe in FeCN whole 6 is 2, so ferrate 2. Okay, these are some common examples of IUPAC nomenclature of coordination compounds. And you have to know the name of ligands, defined ligands, which are given in your book. So for you have to read the name of defined ligands from your book. Okay. And now isomerism in coordination compounds. I'll discuss the isomerism in coordination compound in next video. Okay, student. Thank you.